features a show. Regular features. Regular features. Regular features. Regular features a show.
Matt's not finished his feature. And he's first.
He's just downloading some feature-critical files.
Also, Steve's not here, but Matt turned up and went, oh, isn't it really nice here when we don't have to worry because Steve's not here writing his feature at the last minute? Matt!
It's great cutting him off when he can't reply.
And he said it with a really savage glint in his voice as well. It was like, ooh,
savage glint.
I can be myself.
I hope Steve never comes back from Ecuador, said Matt. That's a real thing. Steve's actually in Ecuador right now.
Oh, I thought you meant what Matt said.
Is anyone here for the first time?
Not enough.
We got a screamer.
Yeah. What are you expecting to happen?
God knows.
God knows.
Well, it's a very atheist show.
We had a run through of this, and it went differently. But then we were like, we're not allowed to repeat that. But we actually met in the, not forever, like, as in we met when we worked at Future Publishing, but today we met at Sainsbury's. We all met in the beer aisle because we buy our own beer now to drink on stage. Which
I've been doing that since the beginning because I drink.
We finally worked out that the theatre and the pub are two different companies. I'm like, fuck you downstairs.
Still, are we allowed to do that? Yeah.
No. Soundman says no.
Are we allowed to smoke? Are we allowed to do that theatre exemption for smoking as well? Yay!
But it costs...
No. You all have to get on stage, then we can all have a fag together.
What's this? Just like an airport waiting room with a glass screen. Everyone's up here and no one's there.
Loophole!
Matt, I feel like we're getting to the end. He's gone. By the way,
not there.
He's actually not there. I feel like we're getting to the end of how much that I can fill this.
Oh, that's not Matt.
Somebody different.
Welcome.
Has anyone seen that Paddington 2? Because I tell you something, some of it was filmed right round there.
Yeah.
While the regular features was being recorded.
You
That's
missed
right.
it, you fucking chumps.
Yeah. And some of the cast and crew were in the pub downstairs, but the beer didn't turn up.
Fucking diva.
Yeah.
We didn't... I wish we'd rehearsed more of the beer aisle stuff, because it would have been great right now.
Should we do the naughty bit? He's back. Oh, kind of. Hey!
Testing the very limits of our ability to talk to each other there, Matt.
That took so long that we could have arranged like another thing where you popped out as a surprise.
You know where like you've done that thing and you think, well, I'm so late now, it doesn't matter. I just thought I'd go for a piss. I was like, I can't need a piss. Might as well have one. Right.
You're so late. These fucking 65 people sitting in front of you who paid
character
don't matter.
assassinating me against Steve when I couldn't defend myself.
Yeah, we dobbed you in. Good and proper.
Don't dob me in. It was a mild... Oh, you boys are the worst.
That was a confession. Steve, did you hear that? He confessed to saying it.
It's a joke amongst friends, not for these people.
What do you mean, these people?
These people, you heard me. Is everyone having a nice time?
You did send a sound clip of me calling you a dickhead to our group, which he took as an insult to him.
I know, and that was an accident because I didn't see his messages about how he's having a lovely time on holiday with his boyfriend. And I copy and pasted it in and then was like, oh, it looks like I'm responding by being, you dickhead. It wasn't, that was mainly for you, Joe.
But also the funny thing is, you're getting the blame for that. It was him saying it.
No, Joe saying it. I thought you might want it as a ringtone or something. So it was a gift. It was a kind gift.
I really need to check up on our WhatsApp more, then I might get these jokes.
And if we made it a Patreon reward...
Oh, no, that'd be insane. Right, okay. Who would like a feature?
Yeah.
Put one on me.
All right, I will. In 1 minute.
You're not going off again, are you?
Absolutely.
Laters.
I think it's all part of it. It's all part of the theatre of the Lees.
I don't think it is, and that's the sad part.
The theatre of the Lees is just one big sham. Doesn't exist. Look, right? I don't know if anyone has been, like... Has anyone seen the news?
I've got it.
All right, Jack D.
What about it? What about that news?
Seriously.
It's sad, isn't it? Has anyone noticed that?
Goings on, eh?
Someone went, huh?
Anyway, look. I've Cayman Islands, more like, hey man, how about you pay some taxes, islands? Eh? Look, right.
Hey,
Don't laugh, but don't boo either, right?
Yeah, let's make some of them. Look, lately on the list of people who seem to be decided they don't actually want to be a part of the institutions of this country is the Queen, which was a surprise, I thought, to me. But look, basically, I'm really annoyed with the Queen, and I've been doing everything I can to get my revenge.
This sounds like a street song.
Really annoyed with the
B-side, I think. I'm quite mad with my country. That's
another feature.
street songs. He's back. We can make a mint.
He never left, baby.
Get him on. He's probably not going to do that. But yeah, no, I was quite surprised. It's like, I kind of thought to myself that this sort of the fact that, because basically, for those who don't know, she's been siphoning off money to offshore accounts and not paying taxes on money and investing in really shitty kind of like scalping. Bright House, which is a company that basically scalps people for being like, hey, do you want a television? Wicked, you can have it for £5 a month. Forever.
Mate, Wales have known for ages that the Queen's a fucking twat. Like...
Yeah, I mean, this is...
Speaking as an Englishman, I don't like this kind of chat at all.
You're not going to like this. You're not going to like this.
Fuck off.
Look, we live in a country that is dreary as shit, but I honestly thought that 42 million a year would be enough to just keep you on side, especially because of the fact that the key thing of this, I was thinking about this a lot, it's not just 42 million quid, it's fucking personalised money. All of the money has her face on it.
And she invents all the serial numbers as well. Some of the serial numbers don't exist because she doesn't want them.
And now she decides that she doesn't want English money. It's fucking... Look, scientifically, basically, I've worked out that she's an arsehole. Because think about this, right? I want a show of hands here, and I can only see about 2 people because lights. But would you rather have £15 or, and put your hand up if you'd rather have the second one, just for clarity here, or would you rather have £10 that has your face on it and is 100% legal tender? Yeah, come on, you'd rather have a tenner with your face on it.
That was definitely less than half. You fucked it there, Matt.
Hang on, but would it be just that one note that had your face on it that was legal tender, or would it be all the notes in Britain?
That's a different
question.
question.
You pay a fiver for all the notes in Britain to have your face on it.
That's a better deal. Look, anyway, that doesn't matter.
Stretch goal!
Because it turns out, anyway, that none of that mattered, because... unfortunately, it turns out that money in the Cayman Islands also has her face on it. I did some Googling, and it has her face on it as well, which torpedoes that point entirely. But it seemed ill-advised to remove an element of audience interaction from the podcast.
There's got to be a way to turn this into I Cayman the Queen's face. It's got to be there somewhere.
I think you just found it.
Sorry.
So you two? Can you work that joke?
I mean, that was good. I was just going to ask, was the bit where you weren't on stage when you were Googling the Queen's money face?
No, that would have been quite late in the day. No, but basically, I've decided that she's still an arsehole despite this, because Cayman money, or Caymani money as they call it in the financial industries, it has an image of her on it, but looking much younger. Looking very nice. And is it acceptable for an older woman to happily remind herself of her youthful looks in the same way that a younger woman or a man might feel free to enjoy their own appearance? To look at themselves with joy, without cynicism, and to openly appreciate their own glimmers of beauty, evading the horrid trap of feeling the requirement to also catalogue any and all flaws?
This feels like a trap.
Is it truly acceptable for a person to unironically embrace the joy of the moments when they feel like they look fantastic? Well, yes. Unfortunately, that's really good, and everyone should do it. So...
I thought this was choose your own adventure.
So it's 100% fine that the Queen wanted to shift a large chunk of her old Queen money into a currency that more pleasingly reflects what she looks like. So she's fine. This isn't really panning out. Anyway, she's bad. She's an arsehole. Case closed. Sorry if you're a royalist. That's the end of that sentence.
Oh.
Anyway, what can I do about this, right? What can we do about this?
Just a nice.
Let's ring her up.
Stop bullying nice old
her number's still
ladies.
999.
Look, I figured we're going to do the only smart, grown-up, sensible thing that we can do in any situation: vote with our wallets. So what I've done, I've sold Steve to the Maximum Fun Podcast Network. He's been deemed likeable and funny and strong enough to survive the process of
They'll take anyone, though,
the
to be
McElroy
fair.
chamber. He's going to be
Except
turned
us.
into another McElroy. so they can have another podcast.
Is it a
How
running
many
joke that we're
McElroys?
having a go at McElroys? 'Cause
We're
it
not having a
feels
go at them. There's just a lot
dangerous.
of
So
them.
many McElroys.
There's just a lot of them, and that's fine. So it's sad that we've sold news, but also I've made $500,000 and I've invested it into British companies, and I'm going to then invest it into anti-Queen companies. But I've made $500,000 with Kentish strawberry Scotch egg pies, a meaty treat with a fruity twang, fully embedded with the power of eggs. Don't worry, the eggs are grown and picked on British soil, lovingly assembled by British machines. It's obviously an on-demand tech startup based in San Fran, but we have also made a crippling loss on the company, but we did just receive another $7 billion in VC, so for reasons I don't entirely understand, we've made an absolute fortune, and I've invested it into a number of anti-monarchy startups, because I think that the Queen can do whatever she likes with the money, but I can do whatever I like with my money too. And Liz, I'm coming for you, not literally. Does anyone know if what's the word?
She's here.
Treason. Does anyone know if treason is still a thing?
You can do it on the Queen's docks, can't you? Is it treason on the Queen's arson on the Queen's docks? Is that
What is going
there's
on?
There's something you can do on the Queen's docks that gets you killed.
I don't think we're allowed to do arson in this venue, though. You're allowed to smoke on the stage, but I think it stops
It costs
there.
£80 to use the piano. That's real. I'm furious about it.
Can you do treason
We got
on a
told
piano?
before the show that it's not real. Gav's made up the £80 cost for a piano.
Cost a tenner, but £80 is slightly funnier.
Well, we haven't got a piano, so we can't do treason on a piano. I'd like to do treason on the piano. Anyway, I've basically spent all of the money on some shares in companies for you guys. So here we go. Here you go. Look, this is for you.
Are
some
these
shares.
Barra bonds? That's what they're stealing in Die Hard. Is that them?
It's really similar, yeah.
Do you want me to read this?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
I could just appreciate it
Do what you like.
silently.
Yeah, no, just read it to yourself. Enjoy it.
So is this what I've won? I've won 20,000 shares in the Corgi Dissolution Network, and that's a tech startup based in Dalston that literally dissolves corgis.
Yeah, it does. I mean, they're currently doing it with acid, but they are looking into more streamlined solutions, which is great. Well, Joe, what have you got some shares in?
I've got a paltry 50 shares in SWBO Swan Box, a bespoke on-demand service that traps swans in boxes.
Yeah, that's great, because they're biodegradable as well. You use the app, someone will come
Swans.
around. But, I mean, both. The box is like Uber for swans. You press a button, a man will turn up and put a swan in the box.
I do like watching my Uber driver biodegrade. Slowly melt over the course of a 5-minute trip from Dalston to Finsbury
We're all
Park.
biodegrading slowly, if you think about it, aren't we? That's fun. A fun thought, isn't it?
I've got 270,000 shares in SWBB, Swan Beak Blaster. Swan Be Gone, a bespoke on-demand animal demolition app. Blast those beaks, but also their wings, their little legs, their feathers, and their evil beady eyes.
Yeah, so it's
into
basically, it's dynamite. It's rebranded dynamite. You rebrand something for a new market.
Artisanal.
And it's basically dynamite for people who want swans to be destroyed. Which feels a bit cruel, I have to say. But, the only way you can really get to the Queen these days is through her swans, which are legally protected by the Queen. It's not fair that they should be brought into this conflict, but when the elites do live above us, you have to go for the swans.
And I've got 500,000 shares in SWF, Swanfucker 8000. This is disrupting the pond and canal ecosystem with a harsh pivot from tech into automatic weaponry.
Yeah, it's just guns. It's just guns for shooting swans. Not exclusively, to be honest. But I think that's going to be a lot of money for us. And then finally, I think we've got obviously 5,000 shares in Vloopers, which is an artisanal millennial vlogging platform dedicated to telling the Queen she wears shit hats. And that's been great. And then finally, what you got, Joe?
I've got 10,000 shares in Amazon Liz Alexa.
Liz Alexa.
The premium voice-activated Robo-Queen.
Yeah, so it's basically Alexa, but it's the Queen, and it answers Queen-related questions. So we've
Just
got
Queen.
the Queen.
The band?
No, the Queen.
Joe.
No, but any Queen. I didn't know if it was just Queen. Fuck
Look,
off.
it's like...
Oh.
So you could be like, Liz Alexa, how many corgis have you had in your lifetime?
Throughout the duration of one's life, one has owned over 30 corgi dogs.
It's fantastic, isn't it? And other question, on what date did you murder Princess Diana?
One doesn't have any idea what you're talking about. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
It's great. They put in a bit of humour. You've got to have that with the with these sort of voice activated. You've got to have a kind
Wink, wink. Ha ha ha.
Did you put a little Easter egg in there? Was that your hidden track on Nevermind?
And it's great. I mean, like, can we get a? It's still in early beta, so it's not 100% functioning. It doesn't answer all questions correctly. But can we get a question from the audience? Anyone got a question they'd like to ask? Anybody? That's not a question. Is it a question?
The question: is it true? Is it not true that Princess Diana died when Dodie tickled the driver? While his
One
balls,
does not
his
feel
cock went off?
beholden to respond to the whims and queries of peasants and proles.
That's working fine. And that's it. Without wanting to say fuck the Queen, because it might be treasonous, this week it is a bit like, oh, come on, a little bit like, oh, fuck the...
You can say it in Welsh.
It's all right if you whisper it, isn't it?
She's fucking good
I used to have a badge that said Tulltine a Queen, which is arsehole to the Queen.
So there we are.
That's how we get it.
I got Gav to do I tricked Gav into a trap and he did treason for me. Thanks. Thanks for that, Gav.
Again.
You're
It's
good.
like double treason because you're not even speaking English.
Am I the only person that thinks she's fucking good for tourism and she's just a nice old lady and can you stop bullying a fucking
I'm not.
old lady?
I mean, she's no log. No, I'm sorry. I've gone level 32 Republican now,
What?
and I've unlocked wings, and I'm furious. And you have to leave.
I'm gonna stick at this. I love the Queen. I'm gonna kiss her. I'm gonna fucking.
You're not gonna
grab
kiss
her
the
little
Queen.
jowls. I'm gonna fold the jowls into a bow, and I'm gonna fucking stick my tongue up her nostril because I love her so much.
You know what I'm going to do?
What?
I'm going to get the Queen to come out. I'm going to keep killing swans until her fury glands pop like fiery balloons.
I am not
and she's
fucking-
going to have to leave her nest and come out into the wild. And at that point, when enough swans and enough hive signals from the swans have been set back to the mothership, she's going to have to come out, and we're going to get her in a trap once and for all and blast her into space. And if you've got a problem with that, Log, then I've got a problem with you.
I've got a problem with this. I've got a problem with that. I want to get on her back and ride her around using her wrists to
You want to do
steer
that
her.
to everybody, so I don't see how that's got anything to do with anything.
No, I want everyone else to ride me. The Queen is the one person in this world I want to fucking ride around.
That is a
That's just
distinction.
not true.
I'm not listening to this. Fuck you.
Christ.
Fuck you.
Matt just dropped his phone in fright.
Are all the people here for the first time having a great time?
I'm mad. I'm mad as a angry swan.
I would like to point out,
I should have got Swan myself.
I'd like to say I understand Log's position, but I've seen
posh
him.
as fuck
I've
and you
seen
love the
him.
Queen.
I've seen him ride people around that weren't the Queen.
Yeah.
And as such, I can't get down with his vision.
I had a genuine real moment just now where I looked down at 2 beers and went, that's not enough. So if anyone does go to the
fuck
bar,
No.
Every time.
I really like Sierra Nevada.
Is this your bird story that you just ask someone to get a pint for you?
This might be a thing now.
Oh, this is
Absolutely
weird as piss.
ridiculous.
This is like
Is
mild
Log coming
piss.
back?
Yeah,
He
because
is
Log was
number
meant to be
2.
next, to be fair.
Log's not coming back.
I've done the beer bit. I don't know how to do the bird story bit.
I don't care if he's coming
Try
back or
doing
not.
the birds.
As far as I'm concerned,
I'm
he's
not.
royalist scum.
Do it, because imagine how upset
Oh
Sam
yeah,
would
do
actually
it,
be.
do it, do it.
He's already upset with us.
No, he's not.
He's upset with you. You do it.
You've upset him. Well, that doesn't make any sense.
What if we do it
You've
like...
made Steve upset with
They'll
me.
cancel each other out.
No, that's not how making people
It's all right.
upset
Log's
works
ready
at
now.
all.
I can see him.
Jesus.
Oh, okay, wait. Log needs help, and I think he's shit himself.
He does do that when he's angry.
Remember, Sierra Nevada. Pint? I'll do the bird story for you downstairs if you get me a Sierra Nevada. How about that?
Don't mention it. He's very vulnerable right now. This is his anger suit.
Listen, mate, I'm not really that angry about the royal stuff. There's no, you don't have to. I'm not. It's tenuous. I'm not really mad.
I'm here now. You might as well make the most of it. I'm here now.
I'm no longer worried about the friends and girlfriend that I brought here for the first time this evening. I'm more worried about the 2 ladies I saw walk in who definitely didn't know what this show was when they bought their tickets, and now they do.
What
And
this show
this.
is generally me buying a prop to distract you from
Treason, gingerbread,
the quality
gimps.
of my
That's
content.
us.
Yeah, I guess for those at home, like
Good title.
it's kind of like Log has come back dressed as a candy gimp. I think you're supposed to be a gingerbread man, but it looks definitely more sex than baking.
Is there actually a difference?
Yes.
It makes you think. doesn't it? When you got that on you, there's very little difference. When you got that on you, for the mic, for the benefit of the microphone and the listener at home, I'm dressed as a gingerbread man, and I do have a lovely penis drawn on me.
Why is it that the only time
enough
people who
to-
do not know anything about the podcast come in, like you're doing Dragon Ball Z spunk battles, or you come out with a gimp with a dick drawn on you?
Have I
It's
done
just
a Dragon Z spunk battle? Have I done a Dragon Z Ball Z spunk battle?
Yes, it was at the Camden Podcast Festival, and there were quite a few people in the room who just come on and had no idea what it was, and quite a few people left.
Fuck them.
Not you guys, though.
Anyway, I'm supposed to be in character now. I wasn't expecting to have to deal with this. But basically, I am... Do the voice, Log. Hello. I'm Cruella de Spook. You might remember me from last week's podcast. I did the Halloween special. I was the host, at least for the first 2 minutes before I stopped doing the voice. Because, let's face it.
Why have you got the voice of the guy from the fucking dead bird in Monty Python?
But you look like that fucking dude from 8mm with Nicolas Cage, Machine. the one who kills all the girls in the snuff films. What Machine did next?
It reminded me of something. It's very snuff film, yeah.
Well,
You know that's Frank
I
Sobotka
snuffed
from
life
season
out
2 of
you,
The Wire.
Spooky. What? So anyway, when you were listening to the podcast last week, I do sound fucking Monty Python,
Yes,
don't
you
I?
really do.
Sorry. Change that. Memo to... Fuck you. So, when you were listening to the podcast last week, when you were listening last week, you may have pictured something else. I don't know, maybe a severed head, or God knows, a fucking Dracula or something. Well, that's not who I am. I am a bloody gingerbread man. And you might ask, why? And I will say unto you this. If there's one thing that costume shops are, it's very season specific. And
Fair play to them. Fair play to them.
They got you by the balls.
there's a couple of days when you can get discount stuff, then it's gone. It's no. So gingerbread, yeah. But that's no reason. Oh God.
You're a little bit gingerbread Bane. I think that's sort of the vibe I'm getting with it.
Do you need a glass of wine, Lon?
I need my fucking phone. Who's nicked my phone? That's the scariest thing of all, having your phone nicked.
Oh, God.
To be fair, it probably is in your jeans.
This is what Machine does in 8mm.
Just because I am a gingerbread man does not mean I am not the spookiest goddamn piece of shit on the planet.
Did you cut a hole so you could have a wee out of that?
I can piss through my drawing of a cock, thank you very much.
The worst thing is he can.
Where's the jack?
The what?
The jack-o'-lantern, no, the 3mm jack for the phone.
This looks hard.
Oh, God. The costume stops my fingers working on my phone.
All right,
I'm going to have to...
direct me. Log, you're going to have to reveal what your password is.
Swipe screen to unlock. There we go.
Where are we going?
Custom soundboard, please. Bottom. Okay. Here we go. So, we're going to play a game of Spooky Roulette, in which I will prove to you that a gingerbread man can chill your knockers right off. Let's have a go. Spin the wheel.
Scary skeletons and shivers down your spine.
Ooh, fucking hell. It's the sound effects I used in last week's podcast. What could be more scary than creative stagnation? And how scary for you, the readers, to think that I would hold you in such low regard that I thought you could be tricked with the addition of a stolen song off the internet with the lyrics, "Spooky, scary skeleton sends shivers down your spine." It's a good song.
It generally is. I'm into it.
Truly, my disrespect for you is a bone chiller that we will take to the grave. Next, spin the wheel.
Oh,
That one.
that one.
That one.
Oh, it's the sound of the dentist's drill. Now, I'm not scared of the dentist because I am a gingerbread man. But I imagine you would be scared because you are human beings. Here are the 5 spookiest thing a dentist could say just before drilling your mouth out. 1. I am a frivolous dentist with a whimsical attitude towards patient care. 2. Nurse, can you explain to me once again the rudiments of the human head? 3. Oh, I've had it up to here with teeth. If I see another tooth this week, I'm going to turn around and fart on it. 4. Oh no, I accidentally put all of the anaesthetic into the bit of my brain that knows when to stop drilling. Sorry if I'm a bit wobbly today. It's bring your dog to work day and Bessie's got a real wide on for my shin bones.
Fucking hell.
Buzzing. Stop it.
Done.
Yeah,
was
I
very
think that was
long.
intense.
Now, the final one of roulette. I was going to give it to Gav, but fuck, just press the middle
It's far
one.
away.
Yeah.
I love you. I love you.
You should not be.
In this, sorry, carry on.
You should not be let near sound software.
Hardly.
Why did we show him how to do soundboards?
Why? What's wrong with it? What's wrong?
Everything you make is an instant horrorscape.
That was sleigh bells.
It wasn't.
Dog saying "I love you."
And now I'm not going to enjoy Christmas.
Well, actually, it is actually terrifying because in this sound clip, a dog has actually learned to speak the language of humans and is using his new power to ridicule our emotions. The dog's mockery of the most cherished human phrase, "I love you," has even amused a nearby group of children who know nothing of heartbreak and are simply laughing at a talking dog, which means you're neither loved nor understood. It's horrifying.
I don't know what's real anymore.
You just know you're going to die alone with the dog growling "I love you" while he chews the meat off your arse. And the children, who by this stage have gone from innocent kids to fucking morbid teenagers, are just going to laugh at the horror. It's just endless. Anyway, it's time now for me to tell you the story of my gingerbread life and how I got my lovely drawn-on dick, which I'm standing up and gesturing at for the benefit of the readers at home.
Gav, are you all right?
Yeah.
You don't look all right.
I think I just saw my girlfriend walk back without a pint for me, so that's not a good. That's not a good sign, is it? It was Cardi. Okay.
How long have I've been going? It feels like I've been going for like 10 fucking minutes right now.
I'll pour you this.
You're good, man. You're good.
All right, carry on. That we'll find out. That's the show.
That's.
It's carefully
Interesting.
rehearsed.
I'm gonna see if I can drink wine through the gauze of my.
Oh,
It
no.
might filter out some of the toxins.
We're not allowed to play the piano. We're
I'm
not
giving
allowed
him
to set fire to
250
the
mil,
place.
which is the government large.
You've overfilled that.
It's government large.
That's too much.
Oh, God, it fucking tastes bad.
Well, it tastes of gingerbread.
That's
you fucking
weird,
idiot.
isn't it? That's fucking buzzing.
I'm drinking through an eye hole.
1 sec.
This fucking party is lit.
That's absolutely disgusting. Jesus Christ.
This is great.
Hey!
Oh, fucking hell. I didn't realise there was an option to take the hat off. The thing. Anyway.
I told him as I saw him today, I was like, man, you look fantastic because you have a bit of weight. And then I went to the toilet, came back, and you were in a fucking this.
And asked him, oh, wait, no, that's a spoiler.
You fucking lose a tiny bit of weight.
Yeah.
And then you jump straight
And I got
to a
my
fucking-
body confidence back and prancing around in a onesie.
Good luck to you, boy.
I still repel myself. It's all right. Anyway, as you... Oh, shush. I'm only joking. Look at me.
I like it. It's a look.
I clearly have no shame or dignity. It's fine. I was born in a bakery like all gingerbread men. But while my gingerbread brothers and sisters were happy to cavort and gamble on the innocent field of greaseproof paper, I knew that I was different. I wanted a big dick drawn on my body so that I could mime doing sex. I'd tried miming sex without a drawn-on cock, and everyone just thought I was doing an enthusiastic dance. I even tried saying sexy phrases like, "Ooh, you like that, don't you?" And my gingerbread brothers said, "Yes, we like your dancing. You're already getting a reputation as the gingerbread man who loves to dance." But that's not the reputation I wanted. I wanted people to say, "Watch out for that guy. He'll mime bumming you while you tie your shoelace." Or, "Don't go into that restaurant. There's a gingerbread man who bangs a drawing of a dick against your hip."
Wait, are you the waiter?
I even tried saying something unambiguously sexual, referring to an actual cock. "You like that cock, don't you?" And, "Is there anyone in this hospice who wants to jam a finger down my deep, deep dick hole?" I misread that. But I found that when you say things like that, people will immediately glance to your crotch. And if you don't have a drawing of a dick there, they'll say something cruel like, "Oh yeah? You and whose gingerbread dick?" One day at a rap party, I met the Toffee Wizard.
"I'm the Toffee Wizard, and I've got wishes coming out of everywhere. Who wants a wish? Because I'm giving the fuckers out like fuck knows what."
"Ooh, me, give me a wish, I want a wish."
"Oh, then make your wish, my little gingerbread friend."
"I want there to be a drawing of a cock on me so that I can walk into Marks and Spencer's at Christmas and hold a turkey over my dick, creating the impression that I am having sex with it, much to my own amusement."
"You have made a selfish wish. As a punishment, I will give all your brothers and sisters drawings of dicks on their crotches, and you will remain sans winkle. Let that be a lesson to you."
And so I went back to the greaseproof paper meadow, where my brothers and sisters were wailing in dismay at their new and completely unwanted dicks. "What mother will buy us for their children now?" the boys wailed. "We are going to get eaten by hen parties, or the children of mothers who have no sense of propriety." The girls wailed too, because someone had already accused them of making transphobic jokes, and they really weren't transphobic. I tried to console myself by having sex with the air around me. "Oh, this is no time for your wonderfully naive dancing," my siblings screamed. Although you are very kind for trying to cheer us up. In my chagrin, I went to visit the Candy Cleric, who I'd heard could also do magic.
I am the Candy Cleric. I specialize in healing spells and the granting of wishes. Seriously, I'm preggo with really big wishes. I can barely fart without a wish flying out and making some lucky child's dream come true.
"Oh, maybe you can help me. I just got totally effed over by the Toffee Wizard. I wanted a drawing of a dick on me, but he gave dicks to my brothers and sisters instead, like some kind of fucking arsehole."
Actually, the Toffee Wizard is my mate, so you've really started this off on the wrong foot, mate.
Oh, fuck off. I just want a drawing of a dick on me so I can pretend to bum the person in front of me in a queue while giving thumbs up to the person behind me who will smile at this tender moment of shared mirth. And then maybe we will fall in love.
For your lack of respect to the candy clergy, I'm going to punish you by making all your siblings have photorealistic cocks that spunk icing sugar.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Even I don't want a photorealistic cock. How is that an ironic punishment or something that I can learn a lesson from?
It's not really, I just want to see it.
So I went back to my siblings, who were in even greater dismay as their real meat penises propelled them backwards around the greaseproof paper from the sheer velocity of the gallons of icing jetted out from their purple bellends.
My favourite bit of that sentence was when someone, about 4 words in, went, "Oh, log."
Also, that's someone who's pretty much been to every single live show that we've done.
I fucking live for those moments.
I live for you, boy.
Oh, this is even worse, my siblings screamed. No one will eat us now. No one will even want to nibble the delicious biscuit around that bit where the dick comes out. Because of all the pubes. And to be honest, the transition of biscuit to human dick meat is just fucking grim when it's at the 50-50 stage.
Fuck.
I morosely mimed penetrative sex with the air around me again, but only a little bit, so it didn't look like I was dancing. There was only one thing for it. I was going to have to visit the Sugar Satan.
All right, I'm Sugar Satan. Guess what's in my rucksack?
Wishes?
You knows it, Dario. Wish after wish. Each more in line with your desires than the last, and none of them with any unexpected side effects or perilous provisos. Just tell me what you want, and I'll whip out a fat wish and park it in your corset.
I want a drawing of a dick on me so I can make conga lines awkward.
You don't need a wish for that.
Oh, you're not going to tell me that the dick was inside me all along, are you?
Of course I'm not. How would that even work?
I don't know, it just felt like the way this was going.
No, you need a wish. You don't need a wish. You need a pen.
And so it was. I went to the shop, bought a pen, and drew this amazing dick on my tummy. And ever since then, I've been able to mind bumming anything I goddamn please. The real moral of the story is that
Capitalism always provides.
you don't always need wishes. And that's a real moral.
Log, is this your excuse, so in the bar afterwards you can just go around miming bumming behind people wearing that suit?
If I can commit to wearing this until the end of the night, yes.
That makes sense.
Otherwise, just know that I'm wearing it under my jeans and T-shirt, and I'll still mind bumming you. Anyway, that's all. Feature's done. Although, next year, when it's time for Spooky Crooky DeVille, whatever my name is again, maybe I'll tell you how I got this tit on my back. I'm just going to restore myself. Good day.
No, you got to sit. I feel like you should sit like that now. There you
As
go.
punishment.
I
I'll
like
sit
it.
here then.
It's like morph suit with a
really
cravat.
nice.
It's a good look.
The ironic thing is, there's a picture of me drawing that tit on your back where I am miming bumming you.
That's extremely true. Could I have the phone jack, please? Not to lift the curtain too much, but I need it
I feel like
for
that's
the
all right.
whole feature.
I enjoyed that, Log. I feel like it might have partially damaged my brain, but it was good.
I'm
Good film, Matt.
cross
Someone
my
just
legs.
went, oh, I just remembered. Yeah, no, remember that. You will not forget that image.
Remembered what?
The image, Log.
Right, that's enough.
No more filling.
This has been very silly. I don't like it at all. And as such, I've got a documentary that I made. And it's a documentary called The Forgotten Mambos.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mambo number 5.
Is it all the Mambos except number 5?
One, two, three, four, five.
Mambo number 5.
Lou Bega hasn't had applause like that for fucking years, let me tell you.
We all know Mambo number 5. But have you ever wondered what those 4 preceding Mambos were? Log?
Yes.
I did. So I put on my journalism underwear and my biggest hat, and I knocked down some doors to just find out what the fuck was going on with all those Mambos. To understand the forgotten Mambos, numbers 1 through 4, we have to understand their creator, the mysterious Lou Bega. Born Louise Jonjo Shelby Bega in Mainz, Germany, early school reports point to a single fact. Bega was only interested in one thing. He makes it very difficult for me to teach mathematics, reads one teacher's comments. Because
Are you doing a voice?
Yes.
You doing a German voice?
No, it's not German.
All right.
Just stick to Monty Python, mate.
Because he keeps playing trumpet very powerfully. He can literally push his desk across the room with a single musical blast. Bega's trumpet playing and his love of preceding any trumpet playing by saying, "Trumpet!" became the cornerstone. became the cornerstone of the world's starriest Mambo career. Many point to Bega's joint major in haberdashery and Mambo studies at Yale University as the birth of the world's greatest Mamboneer. But truly, his work started much earlier. Chapter 1, Baby's First Mambo.
Oh my God, we're just at chapter 1. This is the best.
Written by a 4-year-old Bega, Mambo number 1, then known simply as the Mambo, is the green shoot from which a big brassy oak would one day grow. All its acorns with little fedoras instead of those barky caps. Having travelled to the arse end of Mainz, I found this cassette recording in a ruined house littered with empty Brasso cans. Its walls covered in what are unmistakably trumpet scorches. Listening to the youthful Mambo on the cassette, it's hard to imagine... No, it's not hard to imagine how it came to be in that state. Here it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mambo number 1. Trumpet. The trumpet.
Joe, this is too good.
You didn't say that. Why are you so positive about his sound clips?
There's a few more, it's fine.
Mambo number 1 is a banger.
Granted, it doesn't bear a great deal of direct similarity to its famous fifth incarnation, but we can draw a clear line from those mighty honks to the sexual rap of this 4-year-old's destiny. But there was still a long way to go. Chapter 2, The Mambo Who Would Be King. Bega wouldn't self-mambo for another 15 years. Sure, he played other people's mambos and studied them at Yale University and talked about them to his mamboys. But make them? No, sir. In talking with his classmates, all of whom have since moved away from the mambo in deference to their mambo mate, it became clear that this was a calculated mambo move. Bega returned with Mambo number 2 at the age of 19. It was a shock to the system and could have changed the very fabric of Mambo itself were it not for one fatal flaw. See if you can spot it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mambo number 2.
This one goes out to that green piece of shit in a can. Sunny day, sweeping the clouds away. On my way to where the air is sweet. Can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street?
The trumpet.
Can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street? How to get to Sesame Street? How to get to Sesame Street?
Trumpet!
Is that your laugh or his? Oh,
That's his.
that's his.
While no doubt a brass-hard fusion mambo banger, all of Mambo No. 2's lyrics are from the theme song to Sesame Street. The iconic children's show's infamously hawkish lawyers, Grover Mihailovich and Hoots the Owl, wasted no time in indicting Bega. Bega's defense that he was, and I quote, always cleaning my trumpet in the morning, which is when I assume Sesame Street is on, did not wash, and he was sent to Alcatraz. This, as it turns out, was a mistake, for it was within the walls of the island prison that he learned a new and dangerous note.
When's this coming to Netflix?
If Law can get a fucking show on Netflix, we can.
Oh. Sorry. Chapter 3, The Forbidden Mambo. Mambo number 3, or as the German authorities now refer to it, Der Verboten Mambo. Reports of what happens at performances of this song vary wildly, with only one consistent element. Everyone who hears the song, bar Bega, leaves the show with their clothes on backwards, even their shoes. Some say that any item made of metal will begin to lightly float by the second verse. Others insist that Bega's form is replaced with that of their most abusive relative, who does a cruel jig. Others say that the trumpet is a distraction, and that if you look closely, every one of Bega's paws is in fact a near-microscopic mouth, ululating inhumanly to create the noise. One person, who would not be named, said a whole human shit flew out of an air conditioning unit onto their shoulder during the final note, but admitted this could be a coincidence. What follows is the only known recording, made by accident when a father tried to film his son drinking his first pint near a performance in a gazebo. I warn you that some may find this audio disturbing.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mambo number 3.
I wish I had my little gingerbread hat back on so you didn't know I was enjoying this so much.
Sheet music for Der Verboten Mambo scrawled down the length of a bog roll and rolled back up the opposite way as Disguise has been selling for up to €2 million on the dark web. It's a little-known fact that the list of women's names Lou Bega uses in Mambo No. 5's chorus is in fact an in memoriam list. Monica, Erica, Rita, Tina, Sandra, Mary, and Jessica were tragically killed by being turned all inside out during Mambo No. 3's first outing. But before number 5, there was another number. That number, the 4th number, is the number 4. Chapter 4. It is time for Mambo number 4. Chastened and emwizened by his lethal errors in Mambo, Bega adopted a new persona for his next incarnation, taking on the mantle of El Niño del Mambo de la Comprensión, translated literally as the small male Mambo child of understanding. Bega subverted Mambo's wild exuberance and sought to create a song that laid bare the endless dance of war and lust in the male psyche. Here it is. It's quite long.
Have a drink.
If people have footage of us drinking and doing this, are we in trouble? It's like,
what if we all salute?
I know one salute that'll get us in trouble.
It's just Gav.
Don't you shake your head.
Wait for the drop, wait for the drop.
I'm just waiting for...
Trumpet!
so full.
Mambo number 4.
God.
Joe, that's fucking naughty, man.
Mambo number 4 was another mistake. Receiving daily threats from war widows and the impotent, Bega became a recluse, cultivating the shadowy persona we know and love today. It gave him time to work on what would become his masterpiece. Epilogue. We know what came next. Mambo number 5 arrived with only the fanfare it created with all its many trumpets. And yet, it made the world dance. Borders between countries were eliminated, and all the trees died. Bega himself retired back to Mainz, living a humble life with his mother, Zoe Wanna-Bega, on an island. He died in 2009.
No.
Slow burn. He died in 2009, a man rich in spirit and richer in money. There are rumours, of course, that Bega self-recorded a Mambo number 6. We've all read the theories, that it involved a choir of children on the doomed Malaysia Airlines Flight 370, that it made the moon get closer, and that the famous deep ocean Mambo rig Bega built in the Atlantic actually covers a hole to nowhere. I'll leave those questions for Interpol. For us, those simple Mambo fans who owe Bega a great debt, what can I say that means more than what Bega wrote himself? And I quote, "So what can I do? I really beg you, my lord. To me, flirting is just like a sport. Anything fly, it's all good. Let me dump it. Please, set in."
The trumpet!
And that's the Forgotten Mambos.
Woo! Oh!
That was too good. I couldn't even get on stage at the right time.
Steve's in Ecuador.
Done it. Peaked.
Good night.
We've got another feature. Sorry, Gav.
It's all right. If there's anyone on this stage tonight, they can go after that. It's Locke. You guys know how much I love boots.
Wait.
Boots.
I'm always going on about me boots.
Oh, shoes,
Well, like
not
the meal
pharmacy.
deal.
No, not the pharmacy. The things that I wear.
right.
Come on. So I bought some new ones recently, and I thought the only thing that I can possibly do with the old ones, is that's the two people who didn't want to be here. A friend of mine said, like, oh, she's gone.
Oh.
Sierra Nevada.
That's literally as good a response as I've ever got, love.
A friend of mine said, oh, if you've got new boots, you know what you should do with the old ones? Sell them on eBay. Well, no, this is a thing.
What, selling things on eBay that you don't want anymore?
Selling really old, worn boots on eBay.
Is it a sex thing?
How worn?
Fucking selling.
Is that foreshadowing? What's going on?
Very. So a friend of mine, basically, she said like what she does with all of her old shoes is to stick them on eBay because there's a huge market for people who want to buy.
It is a sex thing, isn't it?
Old. It might not be a sex thing.
It's a sex thing.
It might not be a sex thing.
It is.
We've all seen Mindhunter and a man wanking into a shoe. It's a sex thing. So she said, oh, you should definitely sell these on eBay. So I've had them for 3 months.
I haven't seen mine.
I haven't.
Does someone
Spoilers,
wank into
mate.
a shoe?
Oh, a man wanks into a shoe about episode 6 is wicked.
Stop spoiling television for me.
Sorry.
Do you see it coming out at the end?
Nah, he's turned away.
It drops down and goes into the soul.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it's like David Fincher. It
He wanks
flies
in-
into the jizz.
Or like the beginning of Fight Club.
Yeah. This
Anyway.
is jokes for us, apparently.
Yeah.
No one's watched Fight
I've
Club.
not seen it yet.
So I made a page to sell my old boots. The headline, Dr. Martens, size 11, used, bargain. With 2 photos of the boots, because at the time I still wanted to sell these.
I like that you're using eBay in 2007. AAA seller, fast delivery. infinite
Bargain.
boots.
You forgot
I know,
that I
you
put
wrote
bargain.
bargain in capitals. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
It's all in capitals.
Can you do that in the voice you usually do these scripts in?
No. I might be able to. Actually, I'll do it, yeah. So I had 2 photos of the boots, one from above, one from the side. As I said, I'm still slightly interested in selling these boots. This is the description of the boots. After almost 3 years with these babies, I'm selling them. I've had nothing but joy with them, and there's an asterisk after them. Ever since my ex-girlfriend bought them for me as a Christmas gift. I don't want to throw them out, but I also don't want to keep them. So if you fancy having them on your feet, get them bought before somebody else does.
Now, wait.
That's it, Craig.
You actually wrote those words.
Yeah. Headline, I actually wanted to sell them. By this point, I thought, I don't know what to write. Then I put the asterisk. Obviously, when I say I've had nothing but joy, I mean the boots themselves have been great. But to be honest, I've had quite a difficult 3 years. I'm not doing the voice anymore, I can't be asked. In some respects, but hand on my heart, I can say that ain't the boots' fault. So I got very little activity. I got like pretty much no messages from that. And I kind of was like, because she said she gets a lot of mad messages.
That level of overshare is more Gumtree.
Yeah,
it's
I
more
think
Gumtree,
it's like
to be
fucking
honest.
about
Like,
as
people
well.
come around to your house and they pick something up and they tell you exactly what's going on with their life and why they've got it, and you're like, have you got 15 quid? Or like,
so I got one message from a guy called Loathsome Diff.
Loathsome Dilf?
Diff.
Okay.
Who said,
Logs out.
I'll stop. I'll sit back down again then.
He said, when was the last time you wore the boots? So I replied, well, I'm wearing them now. They're fucking class.
Why wouldn't I? You'll have to wrestle them from my feet.
On collection and fight.
But I obviously won't be wearing them when I send them, though. He didn't reply. So I asked her, like, what does she usually put on as like a headline description for her boots? And I showed her mine. And I had a text back from her. Her name is Karis. And said, well, that's obviously taking the piss, isn't it? And bearing in mind, as someone who sells used Primark shoes,
I just found
and I'm
out
taking a piss.
I'm sorry, I just found out my costume has got a dick.
I said you had that earlier, and you shut me down.
So I can I can just play with myself while you talk.
I mean, you can do that anyway.
Again, for the people here for the first time, you're having a nice time. So I Googled some stuff about what people were doing, and I found an eBay community post which said, things you should never put in the headline of eBay listings. So I looked through for the shoes bits, and one of the things that was about shoes said you should never, ever use the words well worn. Apparently, that's a big thing for the sexy shoe community. Another person always put photos from below the knee. It's apparently above the knee attracts the wrong kind of shoe people.
Well, he hasn't got. Presumably, if you're taking photos above the knee, you're not showing them the shoes
Anymore.
just. I mean, there's lovely.
Do I
lovely
get
thighs.
the knee?
Beautiful thighs, but can I have a look at the boots?
And also another one said, never say that they're your favourite shoes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Weird.
And the last one said, refrain from using the word request when mentioning people getting in touch. Always say to contact you if they have a question, never request.
Oh, man.
So I took that into consideration and I updated my listing.
I've now got an image of you, like, scantily clad wearing boots and sending someone photos. That's my fault. That's just my fault.
My headline was, my favourite Dr. Martin boots for sale, well-worn, send requests. and the photo is quite clearly me on the toilet. So it's a photo from, like, here, with my boots on the toilet.
All right, it's no longer my fault.
Yeah.
They went for a fucking princely sum.
So I did actually get a few messages on this. One of them, I've changed his name because, like, this is obviously a kink, and I'm not kink shaming anyone here. We'll call him Colin the Boot King.
Colleen the Shoe Queen. How close are we talking?
Pretty fucking close. Yeah. Colin says, hi, very interested in the boots. Nothing else. That's it. That's all he says. So I assume either it's been cut off or he's sending out so many messages. It's basically like the Tinder equivalent of just saying hi.
Or he's just seen them on a train just as soon as he's about to go in a tunnel, like, fuck!
I want the boots!
He's gotta know!
This is me. Hi, Colin. I'm very interested that you're interested in my favourite boots. Let me know if you have any questions about them. From Gav. P.S. Did I mention they are well worn? And I've said questions there instead of requests. You gotta play a little bit hard to get, guys. Don't give it all away. That's why I know about eBay. Colin says, how long have you been wearing the boots? Actually, I saw you say, I didn't even say hello or anything. I said, I would say I've been wearing them pretty much every day since my ex bought them for me almost 3 years ago. Colin messaged back, your ex bought them for you. And I said, well, they weren't my ex at the time that they bought them, but yeah. How can I help you? Get into the shop bit now, because I'm a shop owner. He says, can I have a photo of you holding them? And I would say...
I want to see the photo you sent.
Well, this is the thing. Earlier, I sent a message going, oh, can we have pictures up on there? And Matt very well talked me out of this, saying, like, obviously you guys are amazing, but there's, 6,000 to 8,000 people who listen to this podcast at home who won't get to see it.
I prefer you to.
I mean, little did I know that this was going to happen.
Do what I do. Last time I did this, I spoke
8,000 text messages.
I spoke out a bit.ly link that people could check out my pictures of clown eggs whilst listening live.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Well, if you'd been present on the WhatsApp, then we could have solved this problem. Just candidly describe it. No, come on, Namtaka.
No, I'm not going to show you the photo, but I will tell you a thing. So anyway, he asked me for a picture, and before I messaged him, I swear to God, I have never moved so quickly to take a photo. And this is like when girls message me, I've moved quicker to, I've gone, oh yeah, I can get you a photo of that. That's fine. I've got that. But this guy messaged me, and I run into the toilets at work, and I was like, almost dropped the phone. But I texted.
Sorry. So I've been at work while you did this.
Yeah.
Why aren't you telling me? I would have taken that picture.
Surprise. You would have reacted.
Surprise.
But I messaged him back. I was playing it cool. And anyone who does online dating, you should also play it cool. I said, what for? What do you want the photo for? He said, I just wanted to see them. So I said, I feel a bit strange about doing that. How about I send you a photo of me with my fist inside one of their shoes?
Man, that's a good compromise.
Matt, you have so much to answer for that we can't see that.
To be fair, I could put all these up. I'll do that.
Yeah, just put them online.
Yeah.
Bitly, mate.
So he just
/Gav shoe.
He just messaged me back saying, yeah, okay. And I sent him a photo, which is basically me with my fist in one shoe and my other hand doing a thumbs up.
Yeah, do it now. Do it now. We haven't got photos. That's my fault.
No, I can't.
I'll do it with my fucking shoe.
Go on, you do
I'm to blame.
No,
so.
I'll do it in your shoe. Oh,
Are you Colin?
Hello, Colin.
You've got to do a thumbs up as well.
Synergy.
So I sent him that, essentially. And I said, you having this?
really warm shoes, Matt.
Let me know if you have any other requests. But now that I've got you, what kind of smell are you looking for?
I've got you.
Because I've got to be honest, Colin, these honk a bit. I didn't know you were going to have honk in yours. That's good.
Oh, yeah.
Not sure if you're in the market for a couple of honkers. If you are, you've come to the right place. Really get into this
There were
shoe
swans as
shop
well,
thing,
they honk. It's all together.
The honk cast.
It's almost like we planned it all, which we haven't.
That took me way too long to work out, so I ruined the flow. So I'll just keep...
Colin says, haha, smell isn't an issue. And I say, what do you mean, like ever? Are you all right?
Are you all right?
He said, haha, I would expect them to smell if you've worn them for 3 years. Can I ask, where did you get your tattoos? So obviously my hands are in the fucking thumbs up picture. So I said, prison, and I hate talking about it. Now what about these honking boots? Colin says, oh, sorry, I feel bad for asking. I was just thinking of getting a tattoo. I was like, fucking you get a lot if you got tattoos. People ask you about tattoos. So I said,
You got your Simpsons fucking tattoos in prison.
Yeah.
As if.
It was before that. To be
They
fair,
love Bill Murray in there.
Do me a cartoon.
Yeah. Well, I've got his email address by this point, so some of it's through email.
Well, you
So just for the benefit of the readers, the reader
You
just
get their
asks-
email. You get their email address
Can you?
pretty early on. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Pretty early on, if you ask.
Too early on. Judging by this.
Gav quickly makes an email address called stinkman@gmail.com.
Yeah. Would you want?
I was just trying to let the readers at home know what the person in the audience just said because they've got a microphone.
Oh, thank you. Well done. Sorry. So
Let's just
just
go
not
ahead.
do
Let's
it.
just plow
Let's just
ahead
not do it.
anyway.
yeah. So he says, "Oh, sorry, I feel bad for asking. I was just thinking about getting a tattoo." And I said, "Well, Carl, if it ain't a tattoo about some boots, I'm afraid I can't help you." So he says, "Haha, I'm interested in the boots. Can I ask, is your house a smoking household?" And I said, "Yes.
Wait, he
It's well
said-
smoking. Wooden floors, smeg fridge, the lot. Why?"
Ever seen The Mask?
Yeah. Colin says, "Haha, sorry, English isn't my first language."
Oh.
Don't know. What's wrong with that?
I don't know. It seems like you're making fun of him now.
I'm not. That's what he said.
It does still seem that way.
He goes on, "Do the people who live in your house smoke?" And I said, "Well, I don't, but I know my housemate does when she's wrecked sometimes." It's all a laugh, though, isn't it? He says, "Does she smoke in the house?" I said, "No, Colin, I don't think she does. But I do sometimes sit outside with my mates when they're smoking, so some smoke might have touched the boots, but it's not an extensive issue." And then I didn't get anything for a bit, and I thought I fucked it. I was like, "Oh, shit, I had him for a bit." So I sent him a
Do you
message
think he
back.
wanted less or more smoke?
I don't know. This is the thing.
He sounded
I went
like he was
less,
a cigar
right?
fetishist.
Gav,
It sounded like he wanted cigars.
No, I think he didn't want it to be in a smoking household, so the shoes would smell like... If it wasn't in a smoking household, they would smell like shoes rather than smell like smoke. That's why
I think it's a suited, booted skinhead who just wants to smoke a cigar while you suck his cock.
Interesting.
Carry on.
Oh, we got the video now.
You guessed the Mambo thing and now this?
So I messaged him back. I said, "They definitely don't smell of smoke, but I could wash them just in case if you like." And actually thinking about that's stupid because he comes back and says, "Please don't wash them. I'm still interested, just very busy." I've cut out some bits as well. He talks about like his work, and I think he's doing this like off a work network. So I don't know. So that happens a lot where he's like, he doesn't mess me for a bit. Then I mess him back something, and he keeps saying, "Oh no, I was at work. Sorry."
I thought you were going to dox him then. Carry on.
Well, you don't know about the end.
I've got a question. Did you actually want to sell your shoes, or did you just want a feature?
I actually wanted to... Well, it was a conversation with a friend of mine. She says, I sell every single one of my pairs of shoes after I'm done with them, and I've made up to £65.
Because I've got some proper honkers at home.
Yeah.
We'll have this conversation.
Yeah, absolutely. No. You can do them if you're not doing a twat thing about them, which...
And if you want me in a gingerbread costume modelling your shoes, I'll do that.
So he said, "Please don't wash them. I'm still interested, just very busy." I said, "Okay, brills," which I've never said before.
Brills for skills.
And then I said, also, I've never said this before, "So what do you say? You want the boots? I want to sell her the boots." I was just bored. I was just bored of this.
I want
to sell her the boots. He said, "Haha, okay, I have quite small feet. Would they be particularly big on a size 7? And I put in the description that they're a size 11. And I said, "I reckon you could fit both your feet in them and jump about like Mario."
That's a deep cut for a Mario reference.
Mate,
Well done,
I'm glad you get this
I love
because
it.
it's gonna go deeper.
Oh, shit.
He says, "Like who?" I said, "Super Mario, the Nintendo fella. He did that once, I think." He says, "I don't remember that part of Super Mario."
Well, they're jumping around.
Jumping around in a shoe.
In a big shoe.
Yeah.
You did do that, yeah.
Listen. So I said, well, it happened. I'm not lying. I didn't get anything back for ages. And I thought, well, I've lost this one. And I had like 4 other ones going on that could have been this. So I just messaged him saying, the first appearance of the Goomba, or Kurabushu, was in Super Mario Bros. 3, where I'm pretty sure it was only in one level, but yeah, Mario could jump about in it. After that, it was absent for 24 years, but then it came back for Paper Mario Sticker Star. Isn't that mad?
Mate,
And
I'm actually delighted that I got
good,
that
isn't
reference. He's in an ice skating Super Mario 3D World. It's the next bit. Are you going to talk about
No.
Fuck's sake.
He doesn't really go for it, Joe. I'll be honest.
Colin!
But also, this is why I left the video games industry.
And look at him now.
And went to run a pub.
Colin says, I don't really... No.
Oh, no. Your gingerbread man
Gav's gingerbread lips are now over his eyes. His beard's poking out.
I've gone full gingerbread.
He looks like a broken shower toy.
Hang on. Carry on talking, Gav. This is too visual. Complete your feature.
Okay. Colin says, you look like fucking Manhunter.
I didn't say I'd stop.
You look like a rejected wrestler.
Both professionally and personally.
Yeah.
It's quite hard to be moved. Everything's quite elasticated around me at the minute.
Colin says, I don't really play computer games. And I say to him, strangely enough, though, in Sticker Star, the boot never had the little wind-up key on it. Don't know why. Colin says, I'm a bit confused. What key? I said, Colin, hello. Do you want to buy some boots? He says, I am interested, but I'm looking into multiple boots at the moment. I said, all right.
Someone just said slut.
Don't kink shame Colin.
I think calling someone a slut is actually slut shaming rather than king shaming.
Yeah.
Don't shame me. He says, I am interested, but I'm also looking to multiple boots at the moment. I said, I see how it is. Well, I didn't know that was the situation. That's cool. I'm totally fine about it. Colin says, are you London-based? Could I come pick the boots up?
Oh, here we go.
Mamacita.
The fun Mambo number 6.
I said, of course, but I warn you, I'm a hugger.
Holy shit! There is another podcast where this is totally reversed.
Colin says, haha, are you now? Well, if I win them, can I pick them up? And I said, Colin, mate, you don't have to wait to win them. If you bring me 20 notes, you can have them. I had nothing for hours. And I was too excited. So I messaged him back, which you should never do, saying, hey, Colin, how you living, girl?
And do you know what, readers? He's here tonight!
I said, still want to buy my boots or what? Colin said, sorry, I've been at work and they're not keen on me eBaying here. I was like, well, fucking no shit, Colin.
It's your fucking phone, Colin.
4 other things. And he said, can I come and pick them up on Saturday, maybe? I said, how about Monday?
No fucking way.
Colin!
Colin said, perfect, what's your address? And I said, I've pasted the address below.
The Canal Cafe.
Come through.
I'm going to be sick.
Go straight upstairs. I'll be in the top room from 7:30. It's 2 Delamere Terrace, W26ND. An audience, do you know what address that is? Colin, are you here? Can we have the lights up, please?
No.
Where is he? There he is.
Colin!
That's
Take his boots off him. commit to this and make him walk home.
That's actually just my friend Rory. So I explained to Colin what Regular Features Live was, and I genuinely, for a bit, I thought he was coming. But I asked him to come tonight, and I explained everything about this as well. And I said, it's all a fucking piss take. And he said, I'm not sure. I think it would feel a bit weird. But thanks for the invitation. I look forward to hearing the podcast.
Oh, Colin, mate.
Oh, Colin.
And I generally think if I send him this, he might come next month. So if
I
everyone...
could say he might finally buy my boots.
I feel like if we end this with everyone saying, we love you, Colin, this is a safe space, Gav's not going to murder you.
Gav, fucking take the money out of the Patreon for your boots and send them to Colin. I think he deserves them.
I think that's a great idea.
Oh yeah, I cut out the bit where Colin said he would give me 200 notes for them.
Oh, fuck that. In that case.
So everyone, if we could end this week's podcast by saying, Colin, this is a safe space. Please come next month and we won't murder you.
Colin, please come next month. This is a safe space and we won't murder you.
If you could try and not sound like fucking serial killers when you do it, that would be wicked.
There's nothing more beautiful than humans unified, you know? One spirit, one love.
It was like the Star-Spangled Banner in here. Amazing Grace.
Thank you very much. That was Regular Features Live. We're going to hang about downstairs and get wrecked up. Brilliant. Cheers.
Love you, bye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming.
Can you play Mambo number 5 on your phone? I can dance to it.